Okay, good morning, everybody. I think we're gonna get started.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'll get started and then as people come in, we'll fill them in. So I'm volunteering today to fill in. My name is Ruth Gossides. I don't know if we've met everyone here yet today, but I'm very honored to be able to host you guys today. Um, Again, my name is Ruth Gossides. I'm here on behalf of Dominican writers. I'm so happy that we're doing this creative journey with you today. Um, Before we get started, it's always good to explain and introduce what Dominican Writers does in this Sunday Writing Salon. It's a free workshop that we get together every Sunday to do this. It is offered by Dominican writers. It is for BIPOC community, BIPOC writers. This is a safe, a very supportive space. I love this place. I feel like I'm always very inspired every Sunday, every time we meet. And this is just to explore your creativity, right? So, and this is where we can connect and hopefully inspire each other. So I hope you get to enjoy today's session. I'm gonna go ahead and share the deck that we're gonna go through today. Let me know if you see it. Let me just present it. Can you see that, guys?
I can see it.
Perfect. Make sure. Okay. So this is about unlearning through writing. Okay, so today we're going to be writing about the beliefs that have shaped us, the ones that we were handed, the ones we question, and the ones we now carry for ourselves. So in this workshop, it's all about unlearning, right? So this is the process of examining what we've been taught, what we've absorbed, and asking, do I still believe this? Does this serve me? Do I get to choose something else? So unlearning is both a powerful and tender thing. It invites us to step back from the versions of ourselves shaped by expectation and rewrite them with intention. It doesn't always come easily. We may wrestle with guilt, grief, or fear, but we also make space for truth, for clarity, for joy. So, as we write today, there's no pressure to solve anything. Let's let this be a space to name what's lived inside of us, right? So let's sit with the tension between what we were told and what we now know, and to imagine what's possible when we start defining beliefs for ourselves, which is very powerful. So, this is the first prompt for today. So, we all receive messages about what we're expected to be from family and culture and society. These messages often start early and shape how we behave, speak, love, or dream. So, the first prompt is list the messages you were told growing up about who you should be, and then choose one of those to write about where it came from and how it impacted you and whether it still holds power today. So we're going to go through each of the prompts. I believe they're going to be 10 minutes each prompt. And then at the end, we'll have some time to share. You guys can pick whichever of the prompts you've written today to share at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Ooh, I shouldn't have taken that off. I'm going to start the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, 1 minute left, okay? I've never seen this clock before. I like it. Okay, guys, let's move on to the second prompt. I can get this thing to move. Here we go. Prompt number 2. Sometimes we learn new truths that shift us. Unlearning is rarely a single moment. It's a process of listening inward and rewriting what no longer fits. So the second prompt is list beliefs you hold today, especially ones that challenge what you were taught. Choose one and write about how you came to believe it and how it has shaped your life. I'm going to do another 10 minutes for this, and I'm going to start the timer now. Less than a minute left, guys. Hey, let's move on. So let's do prompt 3. I can move this slide. Okay. So prompt 3, it's a moment that made me question everything. So often a moment of rupture, like a betrayal, a book, a conversation, opens the door to change. Something clicks, something cracks. So, right, prompt number 3 is write about a moment that made you question something you always believed. What was the trigger? What did it reveal or unravel? Again, we'll do the 10 minutes. Let me just get it started. Less than a minute, guys. Okay, on to prop number 4. This one is called Inherited Beliefs and Internal Battles. So some beliefs live deep inside us, even if we don't agree with them anymore. So unlearning isn't always clean. It comes with grief, guilt, or confusion. So prompt number 4 is write about a belief you still struggle to unlearn. What does it whisper to you? Where do you feel the tension between what you were taught and what you know to be true? Let me put that up on the clock. Hold on. Okay. Less than a minute, guys. All right. Prop number 5, the belief I'm reclaiming. Okay, so unlearning isn't just about letting go, it's about reclaiming ideas that were once used to limit us and now are reshaping them into something that empowers us. So the prompt is writing about a belief, identity, or value you've reclaimed on your own terms. And how does it show up in your life now? How is it different from the version you were taught? Let's start the clock. Hang on. Oh, been a minute. Okay, guys. Two more to go before we start sharing. Um, Prompt number 6 is what I want the next generation to know. So once we begin to learn, we often think about what we want to pass on or stop passing on. This is where personal reflection becomes collective wisdom. So for prompt number 6, we're going to write a list or a letter of the beliefs, lessons, or truths you want to offer to those who came after you or who come after you. Um, what do you hope they never have to unlearn? Timer starts now. Less than a minute on this one, guys. Okay. This is the final writing prompt, and it's called My Personal Manifesto. After all the unlearning, what do you stand for now? What are the beliefs that feel truly yours, earned, tested, and chosen with intention? So the prompt is to write a short personal manifesto. Okay, it can be a list, a letter, a paragraph, or a poem. So what do you believe now? What do you know to be true? And what values guide how you live? And then after this one, we can start sharing, starting now. In a minute. Hey guys, that was the final prompt. So we have maybe a few minutes to share if anybody wants to go first.
I dare to be the first.
Yes, thank you, Rosita.
Minus, God, it's very relieving actually. So I stayed with number three, which is, I believe, da da da. So I start with the whole Catholic message have messages have no basis except that it works as a way to control the body, the mind, and the spirit from doing what they were meant to do. So I grew up with that belief system, the Catholic messages. The major area is our goddess given treasure called orgasm. Orgasm is a powerful force, as powerful as hunger and as relieving as a good meal can be. The man centric religion of my mother taught me that for women to engage in sexual activities was sinful. Fornicating was a fast track to hell. That religious edict, however, was meant for girls only because the boys could do anything they wanted. Case in point was revealed when I was around 5 years of age. In the middle of the night, an older brother hovered around my bed. He didn't do anything to me directly. I lost my, okay. But in the morning, there was this gook dripping slowly from the wall next to the bottom of my bed. I complained to mother, and she said for me to clean it up. I didn't. I don't believe he did either. I believe she did without reprimanding or punishing him. The values, however, were completely reversed 6 years later when my sister, who was my senior by 2 years, was leading the way into our puberty. She was 13 and I was 11. When she was masturbating all over the place, my mother's response was to beat her up, quote, to take away her bad habit, unquote. I was privy to this daily sex and violence in my own home for at least 2 years at this tender and vulnerable age. This whole sad saga took a turn for the worse when father sought help outside the home from a so-called helpful profession who only allied itself with the most powerful family members who would pay the bill for the torturous treatment called electroshock to a mute and retarded woman child in the most tender and vulnerable stage of her life. This double standard was backed by family, school, church, and government. Uncle Mom was an active participant in that double standard. She had no choice in that religion, in the religion pit of lies that forbade the thriving of the human spirit, that threatened life itself on earth and lied about the afterlife. Perhaps no one had a choice. It was a system that perpetrated itself with lies and more lies, threats of doomsday, and and in the present life. And that's where I left off.
Wow. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that, Rosita.
Okay.
Anyone else wants to go next?
It's not easy to question what you've been taught, because there are so many do's and don'ts, especially for women, and so many repercussions and so many threats and so many lies. It's really hard to unravel, but I'm getting to unravel it now.
It takes a great deal of courage for sure.
That too.
Patricia, you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go. Okay.
What prompt did you
So
do?
for mine, let me look because I took a picture of it. And I apologize for my dog in the background. I don't know if you can hear her
No,
barking.
no, we can't hear it.
All
I can
right,
always share, put it up on the screen, the prompt if you want as well.
so this one was prompt number 2 about learning new truths that shift us. And so I titled this poem Ride and Thrive. At first, I told myself that love wasn't real, if it wasn't painful, if it wasn't a drawn out telenovela battle with enough tears to drown you, if it didn't juxtapose riding or dying, if it didn't ask, how much hurt can you hold before you let go? If it didn't beat you down into the dirt before it picked you up and dusted you off. Growing up, that was the only kind of romantic love I saw, and the only love story I was ever told. At home, at the bodega, at school, in songs, and on TV. Women flaunting this idea of riding and maybe even dying for love. So when I met my husband and he pulled me into the light, holding me so tenderly in the midst of a newfound peace, kissing my forehead and wrapping me in a blanket of loyalty, joy, and consistency, I was confused. I thought love, real love, the kind Mary J sang about, the kind the bachateros would cry and drink brugal about, was supposed to hurt like your insides were crushing. But this love didn't hurt. It tasted like dulce de leche, its sweetness building me up like sugar cane. This love extracted a smile from my most broken moment. It didn't make me cry or scream into my pillow. Instead, it made me lay my head softly while it inspired dreams as wild as my curls. It gave me wings of confidence, allowing me to be free, to heal, to laugh my awkward, nerdy laugh, to live, safely cradled in its protection, fully seen, loved, and heard. It made me more beautiful and even more poetic. His eyes awestruck even when I'm wearing a bonnet or a tubi. His ears open when I share my passions and my crazy metaphors. My heart bursting with wonder at the life we've created for ourselves, for our kids. Because real love, true love, the soulmate kind, doesn't hurt. Real love, true love, the soulmate kind heals you, nourishes you, makes you thrive. So the new motto is ride and thrive. I couldn't have ever imagined that a love like this not only existed, but that it could have ever been reserved for me. Now I know that this is the only kind of love I have ever deserved, and the one I'm blessed to model for my daughters and pass down like an inheritance.
You're gonna make me cry. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Leslie, you wanna go next?
Yeah, thank you. This is prompt number 4, inherited beliefs, internal battles. I, st I still struggle to unlearn that my hair is beautiful. I wish I could have it. I wish I could have it. I wish I could have it out sometimes. And I care what people think. I don't like it short. I don't love it at all, but I wish I was proud of my hair regardless. Protective styles is fine, but I don't have to internalize people's hangups about hair. I don't have to go in the roller coaster with them. I get annoyed when people want to question my hair. Is it real? When did you start growing it? It's so pretty, but is it yours? Does it matter? Do do people ever think that it's irritating to be asked a million times about my hair? Or that it might be offensive for someone to respond, yes, it's mine, or no, it's not mine? Do people actually think it's a compliment to say, wow, your hair's so nice, is it yours? Why not just why not just say nothing or move on from the obsession of hair and value? My mother was obsessed with hair, and she taught me that the more hair someone had, the more beautiful they were. When I was 10, all my hair fell out.
Oh,
And, and when I was 30, I shaved it all. And now I just braid it all the time, and my hair is falling apart. Thank you.
there are so many hair stories. That's wonderful, the progression of your hair. I love it. And people's reaction. Yeah, nice.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. April, you want to go? You're up.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so mine is prop number 3. My husband is leaving and closing the door. All right, thanks. So this is a reflection based on number 3. Not a poem, just some thoughts. She came to visit me in Montclair, my godmother Hasifa, and I set about reaching for elements to entertain her. She'd always liked music, different kinds of African music, jazz. I reached for my CDs and she snapped that she didn't want to hear anything. So I shifted to talk about current events. She said, how do I even know any of it is true? I brought up books. She said she was trying to unlearn everything that she had ever been taught. My inner foundation began a quiet tremor. My thoughts were panic trapped birds beating against the walls and ceiling of my mind. I was a student. I wanted to revel. I question everything now, she said. What if slavery never happened? She faced me with a bare face of challenge. I I don't know, is all I could say. What if everything was nothing? All untrue, made up. Where would this leave us? Leave me? I was too much process. It was too much to process. So I put it down and confronted her. I'm sorry. I put it down and confronted her lack of continued enjoyment of music. I stubbornly picked up my joy and held it close.
Love that. Stubbornly picked up by joy. I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Anybody wants to go next? There's some additional prompts to take with you here today, if you'd like. And I'm sure Angie will share them after as well. Can you guys still see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Angie will share them afterwards.
I can share.
Yes, thank you. Please.
I think this was from the first prompt because the other ones are just too long. Calladita te ves más bonita. We all know about that. So this is pretty short, called Virtuosa. Calladita is a curse. Swallowing truth te quema la garganta. My tongue grew teeth, and I let it. I don't know because I don't owe anyone my silence just because they call it respect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Leslie wants me to read it again. Okay. Calladita is a curse. Swallowing truth te quema la garganta. My tongue grew teeth, and I let it because I don't owe anyone my silence just because they call it respect.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Okay, well, I will ask, I'll let Angie know to share the prompts after today. Thank you guys for joining us. It is such an honor for me to be a part of this group and to volunteer to host when Angie can't share with us. So thank you. If you don't already follow us Dominican Writers on Instagram, please do. I can put it in the chat. Let me just paste it in there. Dominican Writers Workshop and Dominican Writers are the two handles on Instagram that we have, which are right there. And that's it, unless anybody else wants to share anything else. Thank you guys.
These prompts are really good. Thank you, Ruth, for reading
Oh,
them out, and it was really nice.
such a pleasure.
It's never enough time, but
I
it's
know.
enough
I know.
stuff done to get stuff written. So
Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.
thank
Have a
you.
good rest of your day.
Likewise.
Bye.